Oilersnation Everyday with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
This is a big moment for our boy, Liam. By our boy, I mean mainly my boy, but you're in the mix with me.
I would like him to be good.
Me too.
I didn't know he was, I haven't seen the lines.
Buddy, I got lines for you.
I'm very excited to hear.
We're doing lines on a Friday. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
Woo! Fired up.
What a day.
What a day. The show, as always, comes to you from the Sports Closet studio. Check them out online at sportscloset.ca. Their 25th anniversary coming up. That is, you know what, Liam? For a local business to hit 25 years, that is no small feat.
No, it is an amazing feat. A triumphant feat.
And they want to celebrate with you. So what are they doing? If you go spend $100 or more in store or online, you will get entered into a draw, 4 tickets to a game and a $1,000 Sports Closet shopping spree. So giddy up there. I'm excited for this. It's a great promo.
Yeah, that is very exciting. I might have to go check out Sports Closet for some supplies.
Was the lead muted?
First word.
It's always the first word. You guys always do this shit to us.
You hammered it so quick, I looked over and came over right away.
Classic.
Come on. One word. You can
figure it out. I was just excited that Noah Phillips on the third line today.
Tell me the rest of the lines.
I will. Get into the show, as always, a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Lisa Evans is in the YouTube chat, Liam.
I'm always in their chat, so it's good that they're in our chat.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to put her on a timeout for a second.
Just delete her.
What did she say?
Her profile picture is her with very blue hair. Don't know why I felt like bringing that up, but I did.
Today.
No. She was in and says, okay, now that I'm done a week of the sauce, I can concentrate and start to get into the routine of Liam and Ty. Thanks for the support, everyone. And thanks for becoming our awesome coworkers in the chat this morning. Ryder, her co-host, is going to join us right in this big middle chair we got here.
Yeah, I'm excited for Ryder to be on. He has been on once this season.
He has.
Do you know him and Michael Menzies are friends?
How?
They did stand-up comedy together.
Really?
In Cold Lake.
Cold Lake's been called the stand-up comedy hotbed of Alberta, so that tracks.
Yeah, the heartbeat of comedy, they call it. Yeah, the laughing stock of Alberta. I'm just kidding, Cold Lake. I've never been. I heard it's not very warm, though.
Yeah, I've never been there either. But again, that just comes back to, and maybe now that Ryder and Lisa are here, the company will let us do this.
Go to Cold Lake?
No, we've always wanted to do our Across Alberta tour in the summer.
Yes, we have. Well, I've always wanted to do it. You've been hesitant.
I'm in if there's a golf component to it. That's been my only request. And the business request from our bosses has been, how will we make money off this? But again, who knows?
It's a great thought. I haven't made it that far into my process of just looking up where
we can find ways to make money off
big things are in Alberta.
Visit all the big things, visit a bunch of golf courses. It'd be fun. Ryder would be in for the golf probably. Maybe we could get like an RV deal. No?
I have an
RV deal?
No, I have a tent trailer.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What do you haul it with, your Mazda?
No, absolutely not. My mom has a Jeep and my dad has a Ford F-150.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense.
I mean, I'm sure we could figure it out.
Rusty says he lived in the Cold Lake area for a few months. Loved it.
I don't believe you. I thought you'd never been to Alberta, Rusty. Now all of a sudden you've been to Cold Lake.
You know we're talking Cold Lake, Alberta, Rusty.
Yeah, not Cold Lake, Minnesota. Where does he live? Utah.
Yeah, not Cold Lake, Utah.
Salt Lake, I believe, is actually in Utah, Rusty.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah, so maybe that's what you were thinking of.
Coming up today on the show, like I said, Ryder's going to join us. We'll have some fun with him. Jesse Montano, our friend from Guerilla Sports out in Colorado, is going to join us at 1 o'clock. He's an absolute beauty. I think he's been on the show before. You think he hasn't?
I know he hasn't.
You've never talked to him?
No, never. I could tell you every single guest that has been on his show if you ask me. If you ask me, been on, I'll tell you yes or no.
I can't even think one off the top of my head.
Exactly.
Okay. Mike McKenna.
Yes.
He was guest number 1.
Guest number 1.
Anyways, Jesse's going to join us. We'll talk a bit about the Colorado Avalanche, who 5 OT losses on the year.
Weird team. Well, we're good. They're good, obviously, but they just keep not being able to also win games like the Oilers, but then win them at the same time.
Aaron is in and said, "What's up, chat? Is it snowing back home?" Yes, and I feel like you knew that. You just wanted me to answer it. Also, we had someone who said, "Stop by Lloydminster. We have courses. I'll only go to Marwayne." That's as far east as I go, is Marwayne.
I go as far as Connor Brown did.
Which was almost Marwayne, I think.
I think he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was just past Mamillion, right, Breadman? Yep.
That was a top 5 bit we did on the show.
It was awesome.
Incredibly disrespectful.
Well, I mean, score a goal. You're paid to score goals.
And I think enough time has passed where if we ever got Connor Brown,
we could ask him.
We could ask him if he knew we did it.
It's, look, I'll say it. Trent Frederick's lucky he has a goal. Otherwise, he would have been next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no one that's really a candidate for map watch this year, is there?
Not really anyone.
The parameters are like we're not going to pick a defenseman, although Ty Emberson scored already.
Yeah,
so he's got himself.
I think every forward has a goal.
Yeah, we're not doing like Kulak. There's been 4 players who have appeared in a game this year who haven't scored: Kulak, Kapanen, Stetcher, and Regula.
And I mean, Kulak had 7 goals last season. You can't ask for any this season from him.
Correct.
Like, we already hit our quota with Kulak.
Mm-hmm.
Contract year, Kulak is not looking great for him. If he had got 7 goals again this year, maybe more would have got on the market.
I feel like no matter what, though, you're not paying for Kulak's offense. Like, does Kulak scoring 5 goals or 9 goals, like, does that change how he is valued in free agency? Probably not.
No, +2 on the season. I would assume he's 5th on the Oilers in plus minus.
Yeah.
Do you know who's first?
No.
Draisaitl. +4.
That's actually a little bit surprising because I'm pretty sure like 5-on-5 they're getting outscored with him on the ice.
But with Roslovic and Podkolzin, they're not getting outscored. And
really?
Those 3 are in the top 5. So the top 5 is Draisaitl, Warman, Roslovic, Podkolzin, Kulak, and Emberson, of course.
Podkolzin,
those are the only plus players on the team.
It's early. It's November. Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Roslovic. You like that line?
I love that line.
Well, so does Chris Knobloch. They're staying together. Let's get into your lineup for this weekend, all courtesy of our friend Jason Greger. Top 6 is staying the same. McDavid with Nuge and Mangiapane.
Manja.
Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Roslovic.
Roslovic.
I was hoping you'd do that. Henrique is going to center a third line with Trent Frederick on his left side and Noah Philp on his right side.
Okay. So left wing Frederick, right wing
Philp. Yeah.
Oh. Wait a minute. That means
Savoy, Howard, and Tomasek.
God damn it.
Matt Savoy, you've had a great start to the year. Maybe you've earned more opportunity. You're playing with a 29-year-old rookie.
Who can't play center.
Who can't play center and can't skate. God damn it.
Fuck's sake.
What does Matt Savoy got to do here? I like Philp up on the third line, but at what cost?
Maybe he's the play driver.
He's the only play driver on that line, so yeah.
Do you know,
by
Colorado's
default,
obviously a really good team. I think someone put in the chat, I think it was Naeem, said they're the highest scoring 5-on-5 team in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it make sense to have like a bit of a deeper lineup there? Like in this scenario, I'm saying like put Frederick as the 4th line center, or even Henrique, whichever way you want to go about it.
Boy, Henrique, Philp, Tomasek does not inspire confidence in me. Or would you move Savoy up?
And then I would move Savoy up.
Yeah.
And then I would have Tomasek, Howard, whatever. Like,
Savoy, Henrique, Philp?
Savoy, Henrique. Yeah, I mean, that would be fine. Or honestly, too, even Savoy, I think Savoy, Philp, and Tomasek would be a better line than Savoy, Howard, Tomasek. Because then I would have Howard with Henrique, who we've talked about having actually a pretty good set of chemistry together so far.
Interesting. Gregor also had a note. So D pairings are also switched up. Ekholm, Bouchard, they stay the same. Nurse, Regula, Kulak, Wallman. Now, Gregor puts them in that order. Nurse, Regula, Kulak, Wallman. I think that's not true. I think your second pairing is probably Kulak and Wallman.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But that's fine. Like, I don't... Whatever. Don Anders makes money. We all get it. I make money, you make money, everyone makes money. He makes a lot of it.
Who's overpaid on this show? Let's get into it. Who's the guy who does financials for the big company? I forget his name.
I don't know.
Whatever. Bring him on. Be like, all right, who's overpaid?
Who's overpaid? I don't care when Nurse plays in the lineup. Just play well. You know what I
can't.
mean?
Again, we've had this talk. You're never going to make him a $9 million defenseman. So just make him the best defenseman you can be. He can be.
Exactly. And if it's a third pairing guy and he makes that much money, like whatever. If he's just not making horrendous mistakes and killing penalties for you and like can be a decent, really reliable player, then like that's fine. He's still gonna probably do like 17 minutes anyway a night. So I just don't care anymore. I just want him to play well consistently, and if it means he's a third pairing guy right now with Regula, then it is what it is.
Darcy in the YouTube chat said, can we bring Woody back? I feel like Knob is a rookie killer. Buddy, do you not remember the Broberg-Holloway experiments? Like, it took Jay Woodcroft until Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals to be like, oh shit, Philip Broberg can play hockey? Like, that's ridiculous. Dylan Holloway had great playoff games and never got sniffs in the top 6. Like, every Oilers coach does this, where I will give Knobloch maybe a little bit of credit here, or where I'll give him a bit of a shot with these. At home, Gregor says, Knobloch has used the young guys in Tomasek in offensive zone starts. Look for that again tomorrow. You are on home ice, so you can pick and choose their starts and their matchups a lot easier. If Colorado's going to put a mainly defensive line out there, and you're sitting there going, you know what, let's give the kids a run here, then I don't really have a problem with it. I just want to see him get actually used. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be annoying if, and I know we probably will get this, so like whatever. It would be annoying if we're sitting there and it's 6 minutes of ice time for these three. Like, you got to give them some time to play. And I know we're beating a dead horse here and all of that. I don't know. I'll give Knobloch a shot, but I'm fully expecting to come in on Monday and roast this.
So, just to look through. Vancouver, this is Ike Howard, by the way. Vancouver at home, 10 minutes, 17 seconds. Calgary at home, 10 minutes, 43 seconds. Montreal at home, 10 minutes, 54 seconds. New York, 9 minutes, 36. That maybe would have been a bit higher. He did get a penalty in that game. Did get an assist. That maybe would have been a bit higher if the Oilers were playing better in the third period and more control of the game. 9:52 at home against Chicago. So he's averaging about 10 minutes a game at home compared to his 10 minutes, 9 minutes. 30. So he's averaging about 30 seconds more a game on home ice. We'll see what happens. Again, like, honestly, it's not something I have myself concerned about right now because I think it'll all balance itself out eventually. Howard will go down, he'll stay up, whatever. But, like, I think there's just a lot of guys who aren't playing well right now. And there's some games too where, like, I just don't see Ike Howard either.
No, and, like, again, he takes penalties and he's a little bit chaotic. Like, Ike Howard, I can understand why Knobloch's doing what he's doing some nights.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be what I would do, but I'm not an NHL head coach. I'm also not an NHL GM because I would have this guy in Bakersfield right now, and I would just be like playing Curtis Lazar or whatever. But with Savoy, that's the one that doesn't make as much sense to me because, like, I know the -5 looks ugly, but it's not accurate. He's been fine. He makes good, trustworthy plays with the puck. His expected goals is high. That's something we've seen this organization reference a lot in the past. Like, I don't understand why they're not willing to give him a bit more leash with a skilled player. I liked your suggestion. I would have moved Frederick to the fourth line center. I would have moved Philp up with Henrique and Philp. I would have let that line fly and kind of honestly played him in all scenarios because I think you can trust him in all scenarios. And yeah, I would have taken that fourth line and still probably only used him in ozone situations.
It's just funny you have so many centers and you're forcing Tomasek to play in the middle. I just think they give that guy a tough time to start the year.
Yep. I agree with you.
Jake Wallman said he's on the PK -5 is expected. You don't get docked for a +- on the penalty kill.
No.
Unless you get scored on the power play shorthanded, then you get called as a minus.
Correct. Gregor had this. Wallman and Frederick yapping at each other after Frederick tossed him down. More spirited battles than I've seen in a while. Much needed. A bit of animosity can be good. And absolutely, this team's got to play with some passion. And if they're pissed off, like, hell yeah, I like to hear that there are maybe some Oilers who are pissed off because they should be. This start has been not totally unacceptable, but this start has been way flatter than you'd like to see from a cup contender. Like, Colorado hasn't had a flying out of the gate start, but you know what? They've won regulation loss. Yeah. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, they've been...
Like, they're 8-6 straight up, but they have 5 OT losses. Like, yeah, that's the kind of start I'd like to see from the Oilers.
I'm curious to ask Jesse about it. So what's kind of happening here?
Yeah. I like getting the other team's perspective a little bit too, so I'm excited for Jesse to join us. Before we get to Ryder, he's going to swing by in about 3-4 minutes here. I wanted to get to our question of the day, which is over and up on Spotify, Liam. We got our answers from some people yesterday. I need to pull them up really, really quickly here. I have to pull them up on my phone. Brett, do you have the ability to pull them up?
We are about to.
Okay, there we go.
Give
But
me a half
anyways,
second.
our question yesterday, Liam, was what would you be willing to give up from UC Saros? If you missed the show, willing to give up for UC Saros. If you missed the show yesterday, we were both kind of in agreement. Like, we would part ways with the 2027 first-round pick for him. Mm-hmm. Would we go much further than that? I don't know, because there is another interesting kind of wrinkle to all of this, Liam, and it's how many teams in the NHL would be truly looking at UC Saros? How many teams in the league need a goalie that bad? Where they'd be willing to part with a first-round pick for him? Anaheim? No. Boston? No. Buffalo? No, they have too many. Carolina's probably a no. Columbus has Jet Greaves. I think they're fine with him. Calgary's a no. Chicago's a no. Colorado's a no. Dallas is a no. Detroit is a no. Edmonton's a yes. Florida, no. LA, probably no.
Oh, Florida's interesting.
Bob's coming back.
What if he doesn't? He's
Then they're
37.
looking at him, yes.
Okay, so half point to Florida.
Half point to LA as well. Minnesota's a no. Montreal is a no. Jersey's a no. Islanders, no. Rangers, no. Senators, no. Flyers. Pittsburgh's a no. Seattle's a no. San Jose's a no. St. Louis is a no. Tampa, no. Toronto, no. Utah, no. Vancouver, no. Vegas, no. Washington, no. Winnipeg, no. Like, what is the market for UC Saros? It's not very big. It's 2.5 to potentially 3 teams. Oh, hey, Ryder's here.
Come on in.
Come on in, Ryder. Do you just want to slide right in? Sure. Yeah, just hop right in. We'll do it live. We're talking about UC Saros and the market for him and what you'd be comfortable giving up for UC Saros. A real nerdy hockey talk. We're in the weeds.
Any thoughts?
Let's go. Well, he's 4 years older than Skinner.
Yeah.
30.
Would Nashville have any interest in getting a younger goalie as they look at a rebuild?
Well, the thing is, our hypothetical is in the offseason, so Skinner's a UFA. So they could just sign Skinner.
They could sign Skinner, but yeah, Skinner wouldn't hold a ton of value in it.
I think he'd be worth a first.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. A first and not much more because we just went through all the 31 other teams in the league, and there's like Edmonton, LA, and who was the other one? Philly that would trade for him. And I think everyone else has a starting goalie that they probably just decide to keep. Because the other thing with Saros, and again, talked about this yesterday, like the Allmark deal being a first, a bad contract, and a spare part, that was Ottawa getting to sign him to whatever deal they want. And it was a shorter term deal, 4 or 5 years or whatever, $8.5 million, touch higher on the AAV. With Saros, I do think it's going to age fine, but like you are also reaching out to Nashville and being like, you just signed this guy to a long-term extension 12 months ago, and we're taking the whole thing off you. Like there is value in that.
Barry, Stan.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows you've done a shit job since you took over as a GM. Though.
Genuinely terrible.
And I'm going to take $7 million off your hand. I will give you a first-round pick. I will give you my Russian prospect, sure. And I'll give you a 4th, and we'll call it a day.
Okay.
Thanks. I'll book the plane. Use Saros as an Oiler. Private jet.
It is pretty wild how bad Nashville has looked the last couple of years.
And you got Ryan O'Reilly yesterday being like, I've played one good season in the NHL. That was also an insane comment for him to make. Like, I couldn't believe. Did you see that?
They're in shambles. And there was another one. So I had Pagnotta on DFO Live this morning at 10 o'clock. And he was like, hey, they might be committed to working with Stamkos and keeping half the money to find a new spot. $8 million Steven Stamkos, no.
$4 million.
$4 million Steven Stamkos. Now let's hold on here.
Well, it's interesting, too, with how many teams are somewhat close in points this year, that there's not like a clear contender to give up already. But you kind of want to race to that because this prospect pool is pretty thick this next year, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
it is a really good draft.
There's a bunch of teams that could be in that bottom 5 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
Every single team in the East is still 500 or better. 10 teams in the West are 500 or better. Which is also
And
crazy.
we're one of the 10.
We're one of the 10.
We're on the
Everyone's freaking out.
Yeah,
Jesus
what are we
Christ.
worried about?
Had
November
our
7th.
4 losses in overtime or shootout been wins, we'd be tied for second in the league right now. Is a pretty wild stat.
Big if.
Yeah, I know. That's 4 points, though. That's pretty crazy that we're 4 points out of second place in the league.
Yeah. Brett TV. Can't figure out the timer on our TV, so it just turns off every 25 minutes. Been happening for a year and a half. We don't know how to fix it.
We had a
It's
super
back.
chat.
Oh, Tammy dropped in a super chat for the Ben Stelter Foundation. She said, I've been super sick. Hope you feel better. And wasn't around to drop my donations for the last 2 games in After Dark. For Ben, she drops a donation every Oilers Nation After Dark.
Wonderful.
So that's great stuff. Thank you, Tammy. We're going to have more stuff on the Ben Stelter Foundation. I think Mike's going to be on our show in 2 weeks. He was on your show earlier this week. How did week 1 go?
It was awesome. Day 1 would probably be a different answer. We were feeling pretty out of place compared to kind of what we're used to. We've done a show together, Lisa and I, for over a decade, well over it. And we have these 10-minute music sweeps where we can talk off air and figure out where we're going next, or commercial breaks. And we didn't have any of that. So it was just, at one point I looked down at the screen and I was like, whoa, that 2 hours flew by. We only got 3 minutes left. And then I realized we had an hour and 3 minutes left. We weren't even at the halfway point yet. So it was all a bit of a blur. And we didn't realize how much we could lean on this chat. It is unbelievable. It becomes a, third or fourth character. We got Reese on there as well. So it's really rounding out. We've had so much fun, and the support from the coworkers, you guys, and of course the nation's citizens has been really awesome. We're pumped.
The YouTube chat changes everything because it's just such a smaller, I'd call it like barrier than like a text line.
Yeah.
Like if you're texting into a text line for like a radio station, it's so kind of like one dimensional where it's just you and I guess maybe the host. But the amount of times that the chat just goes off on like tangents of their own, and Liam and I will be like interviewing someone, then we'll look and be like, oh my God, the chat is not even talking about what we're talking about. But it's great because it just, again, it gives you, you're right, it's a fourth person to the show.
And way funnier takes quite often than we have on certain situations that we're talking about as well. We'll look at the chat and be like way funnier people than us. So yeah, happy to be here.
Our boy Carl from LA dropped in a super chat, $20, said season is early, lots of puck to play. Have a super weekend, everybody, from Carl. So thank you very much for dropping that in, Carl. Sean Avery blew you guys off.
Yeah.
I was honestly more stunned that you asked Sean Avery to come on your show.
I saw just an Instagram post the night before our show, and one of our guest spots had freed up. And I was like, man, he'd be an interesting guy to get on. So I messaged him, and, you never know if somebody's even going to read it.
Yeah.
But he got back to me immediately and was like, I'm in. So I was like, oh, sick.
That's awesome.
And then it even wrote him in the morning. Sounded like he was in before we went live, so we thought it was good to go, kind of planned around it. And then apparently he ran into a buddy in New York, got stoned, and forgot about it.
Wow.
That'll happen.
When in New York.
Yeah, when in New York, what would that have been? 11 a.m.? Just gotta get high.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, it was
insane.
a little twist on the show, so we're learning how to pivot when things like that come up too. We've got a Sean Avery award now in our studio.
I saw you put him on blast.
Yeah, any guests that ghost us now will go up on the board.
We had one guy blow us off. I told you about him yesterday. He went on a boat trip.
Oh, during the playoffs? Yeah, that guy blew us off probably 4 times till we realized we should stop planning
asking.
for him to be on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
But you live
then
and you
Rafi
learn.
Torres came on a golf course once, and you could say he was high in a different way.
Sure.
He had a couple. He was
Just
having
living.
a great time.
A couple?
Was excited for the playoffs.
If 8 to 12 is a couple, then Rafi had a couple in him. But I mean, that's a couple on the golf course. 8's a couple.
And do you often run into guys who will say yes when they are a couple beers in, and then the next day they wake up and they're like, oh, what did I say yes to?
Ty does all the bucking, really. So I don't know.
Last week I kept asking Jason Demers to come on, and then he just started. We had a different guest at 1 o'clock. He was supposed to be at 12:20. His day got away from him. He started calling me middle of the show, and he's like, "Pick up the phone." I'm like, "Dude, I'm on the show. I can't pick up the phone and talk to you right now." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I lost track of time." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm well aware." But that'll happen. How was Whit Merrifield today?
He was good. I love how honest he is. So we asked him a couple questions that I thought were kind of softball questions that would just get to know him, and he answered real quickly. I was like, tell us about the presser yesterday with the Jays, which was the main reason we got him on.
Yeah.
Because they had their first media availability. He's like, I didn't watch it. Why don't you tell me something about it?
Oh, my
I
goodness.
was like, well, luckily I watched a couple highlights on it, so I had something to say. But no, and then you realize that's just who he is. He's just a straight shooter. So, yeah, we warmed up to him quick and are excited to have him on for more baseball chat closer to the season.
Yeah,
Next season.
Whit seems good.
Canada's playing Toronto in a game?
So World Baseball Classic is coming around next year.
Right.
Sabrowski, that'll be cool.
Oh,
There's
really?
no way he's not on Team Canada.
No? I honestly
he's
don't.
one of their better
Is there
army.
enough players to fill out a roster for Canada in the MLB?
Yeah.
A genuine question.
Yes.
I don't know, yeah.
Yes, there are. There are
But
lots
is
of
it
Canadians.
like when Canada picks a soccer team where it's like, okay, like we have enough players, but we only have so many good players.
Yeah,
One of the
there's-
guy just plays in Vermilion, but he's really good.
Yeah,
He's got a live arm, like he's solid. No, they'll have enough, but there'll be some guys who are like AAA players for sure.
Oh, really?
But
Is Eric going to? Have you spoken to him about it?
I haven't talked to him, but like,
No.
there's no way he's not.
I know. That's what I was thinking, too.
I think
He's
he'd
kind
be
of the
able to-
Juan Soto killer in the playoffs. Kind of hard not to have
Yeah.
that guy on your
True.
team.
And where's Juan Soto from?
The Dominican.
Okay. You seem confident when you say it. So
I think it's Dominican. Anyways, so Toronto, like the Jays are going to play Canada in an exhibition game, but a bunch of teams are. Like the Mets are playing Team Netherlands that same week. So I think it's like a tune-up for, so just so that they don't have to like, actually do a full-on like preseason for the World Baseball Classic, they'll just have them play MLB
right.
games.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know what I would love to see is, how the NHL, I don't know if they're still doing it, but would hit up different markets like Saskatoon, for example, and have an exhibition game there.
Yeah.
It would be so badass if the Jays did exhibition games across Canada. Like, I can't imagine going to
be
a
cool.
Jays game here.
Yeah.
That would be so
Oh my
dope.
God. Yeah, like a spring training game.
Yeah.
Like, because they haven't done it in a while. But remember they used to do when Vladdy was coming up, the 2 games in Montreal to like close out the preseason?
Right.
That'd be cool as shit if they just made it like 3 games and did like 1 in Vancouver, 1 in Toronto, 1 in Saskatoon.
And like,
Flew
I
home.
mean, I don't know how much money is made for the Jays in Canada in comparison to just Toronto, but you got to think the way the country's really embraced this team is it's a team that they're making tons of money off of the rest of Canada. So why not just embrace it?
Well, the Raptors do that. I know it's a bit different. They do that training camp in Calgary.
Right.
So the Blue Jays surely could figure something out on that side of things, I would imagine.
That'd be sweet.
Even regular season games would be kind of cool to see.
That would be wild. I mean, I'm sure whoever
I mean, you have
you're-
162. Surely you can push a couple.
But
to
like, can
Western
you imagine
Canada.
you're playing for like the Angels and it's like, all right, I know they actually used to be the Edmonton used to be the farm team for them, but you're some random guy on the Angels. It's like, oh, we're playing 3 games in Edmonton this week. Like, what the hell? You want? And again, Remax Field, great field. Riverhawks have done a great job. I'm sure the visiting facilities are not major league standard.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's probably true. But
I would still love it, but it would be very funny to have some guy who's never heard of Edmonton before just like show up here and be like, what the fuck? What are we doing here?
The A's and Rays would love it, though.
Yeah, the A's and Rays would be
upgrade.
like, this is unbelievable.
Look at this place. It has a shower.
I will play for you guys. We were going to get into our Spotify comments, Liam. And the first one we got yesterday was from Alexander the Great, who said, Hunter the Lynx dating discourse was unbelievable.
yeah, you ever
We're going to
dug
throw you this
into that
question.
one?
If you were the guy who is Hunter the Lynx
Yes.
in the suit, how many dates would it take you with a girl to tell her that you're Hunter the Lynx?
Like, that's your job.
Yeah. No, you get like, and my thinking was, you cannot go first date every time you go on a first date and be like, I'm Hunter the Lynx.
Yeah.
Word would get out. And then what if the date's
Word
bad?
would get
It's
out.
kinda
What
like
if can you imagine how bad of a look it'd be if like a bunch of people around the city were like, oh, Hunter the Lynx, noted bad guy.
Okay, I actually experienced this last night because I was watching Santa Claus 2.
Okay.
You guys seen
Yeah,
Santa
as you
Claus
do.
2? As you do on November 6th. So I was watching Santa Claus 2, and Santa Claus 2, the plot is he needs to find a Mrs. Claus, but he can only do it in a certain amount of time. So he starts going on dates, and he has to tell the principal of the spoilers, the principal of the school that he's trying to date that he's Santa Claus. And she doesn't believe him. So I would imagine that's what Hunter has to go through.
What a terrific comparison for you to have randomly stumbled upon.
I never thought
yesterday.
about it until this
I-
exact moment.
And I know there are people in OEG who are fans of our show. I know there are more who maybe aren't. But I know there are some who watch. And I think Hunter himself likes us. I forgot until right now. Remember our experience with him at A&W?
Oh, yeah. He put me in a headlock.
He put you in a headlock. He put on the headset.
That's right. Oh, yes, he did put on
It was
that.
a truly chaotic 20 minutes of our lives.
Because it was
You
was
can
so
DM us, man.
unexpected. I totally forgot about that.
And if you're uncomfortable about us talking about you in your out of suit life, you can squash this whole conversation. We will
Yeah.
never bring it up again if you just give us the answer.
Just let us know. I said first date.
Yeah, I mean, I think
You can't.
it's
You
kind
can't
of like
do
when
it.
you're
have to
dating
get
as
a
a
feel.
single parent. Do you bring up your kid or kids on the
Yeah.
first date? Because if you don't, then like by the
Yeah.
second or third date, it's like you've been hiding this huge piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big layer.
I think I'd just tell them I worked for the Oilers.
I would start with like marketing department, and then like eventually it'd be like, by the way, I'm Hunter. I said first time you're intimate.
Yeah.
Laying in the bed after, and you're just like, by the way.
First time you're intimate.
By the
His
way,
head's in the corner.
I'm going to go slip into something a little more comfortable.
We could have this conversation every show for the next 10 days, and I would never get tired of it. I think it is so good. I had somewhere I was going to pivot off. Oh, do you know who the highest paid mascot in North America is? And how much do you think they make? You'll never guess who it is.
Okay, well, tell me who it is.
It is Rocky, the Denver Nuggets mascot.
Oh, the
$250,000 a year. $250,000.
You're not even close. $650,000 a year.
No.
What does he do? Turn into
Does he
a
do
real
backflips and
horse?
stuff?
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
so he's like more of a stunt man, and he's jacked as shit. At least the suit is. I'm assuming the guy underneath is as well. But he makes $650,000 a year, and like he is not the only mascot. There he is. He's not the only mascot who makes like over $500,000 a year.
Really?
It's pretty crazy.
Damn.
It is an art. I
It is.
spent some time as the Maidstone Huskies mascot in my high school. And the main reason was because all the volleyball girls would ask for hugs.
Real. You were like, no pay. I'm good. This is a creep currency. Like that's enough for me.
But
I'll volunteer.
to
No
get
problem.
to get the people going, it takes, because you can't use your voice.
Yeah.
So your body language has
an
to
art.
be on point. I don't know if it would be that tough of an art to learn. For $650,000, I would definitely try.
Yeah. But you got to go to the mascot school and all that. This is a story from 2024. There are 3 NBA mascots who all make north of $400,000. Benny the Bull, Harry the Hawk, and Rocky the Mountain Lion.
I would not expect the Atlanta Hawks to have a mascot up there, you know?
I'm
I'm assuming he works for the Hawks.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Do you think like the mascot school would have like a transfer program from the clown school?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
like you
good
can't
point.
handle
It's
Listen,
like getting
Pretty close.
drafted into the FBI when you're a great cop.
they identify a good clown and they're like,
We got to talk to you, but you can't tell anybody about that.
It's like Nate when you can go into McEwen with their journalism. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you could be a mascot too.
hey, there are options for you if this clown thing doesn't work out.
Well, you think, though, like the amount of buzz a good mascot can get for a team?
Yeah, I agree.
Look at the Flyers. That is what that team could be excited about for about a 4-year stretch.
Sure.
He was more important probably for bringing in fans, especially families,
Yeah.
than any of the players were.
Dude, have a conversation with Jay about how much Crawford loves Hunter. Like, and also the stories are hilarious of like when she's had chances to meet him. It's great. But like, yes, kids love Hunter. Like, I'm not even doing it. We're having like a tongue-in-cheeky discussion, but like in all seriousness, very legit job for an organization.
And you would think that it's just the games, but they're out at events constantly.
Yeah.
So it is a pretty hands-on job, I suppose.
Yeah. All right. Friday edition of the show. Usually when Aaron's here, he's still on holidays. He's at a wedding in the Dominican. What a great week to go to the Dominican right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anywho, oh, you dick. You dick.
Oh, I took mine off.
Oh,
Come on,
Eli.
guys. This is
I didn't want to
where's
forget
my
it for
backpack?
next
Is
week
my
on the
backpack in
show.
this
there?
is getting pretty ridiculous.
You just put it on.
It's because we were doing the show the other day, and Tyler wore it the whole show, and then I got called out by a guest.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, Ryder.
Yeah, we had the mayor on the show on Monday.
Was that the mayor or Jason Greger?
Similar glass game.
You
That's
can
a
make
good
that
point.
joke next 10 shows. I'll laugh every single time.
But he was rocking a Poppy, and thankfully we remembered and we're rocking one as
yeah.
well, or else
Yeah,
we would have
so are
felt
we.
like huge tools.
So when Aaron's here, he usually designs a Friday fun zone for us, but he's obviously not here. So I took the onus on myself to come up with 2 fun hypotheticals for us for
right.
today's show.
I'm ready.
These are just like life hypotheticals. I'm not going to ask you like trade for a player or something, but first one, you can either, for the rest of your life, have a full-time personal driver on command. Whenever you need him, there is a driver for you. Or you can have a full-time, or not a full-time, you can have a personal chef, but he only works for you 3 days a week. Which one do you take?
I really like cooking.
Okay.
So I'm taking the driver for sure, especially today. I have 2 old beaters for my cars.
Okay.
And one I drive in the summer. It's like a 01 convertible. It's a unit, but love the thing. I went to put my battery in my winter car. I know that sounds so ostentatious, but they are truly old cars.
Are we not paying you?
No, I just feel bad talking about having 2 cars. Like, I get the struggle out there. Anyway, they're old cars. Don't hate me. So I go to put the battery in, cut my finger this morning. I realize if I keep fiddling with this thing, I'm going to be late for the show. So I bring the summer car, and then it starts snowing like crazy. So I'm going to be the asshole driving home in a convertible today.
Go top down. That'd be great advertisement for the show.
So I would take a driver for sure.
Driver.
Plus drinking. Like, if I could get a driver to take me to slow pitch and not have to just have one.
That was my thing. I was like, eat everything, like date nights. If it's like, we have a driver to the, we'll have a full bottle of wine. Thank you very much. I thought of that also as someone who doesn't have kids. Anything you possibly have, like, I think of like a task you have to do for your child sounds like the worst thing ever to me. So, like, imagine if your kid is like, I have a sleepover at my friend's house. And you're like, oh, it's 25 minutes away. Like, I'm not fucking go. Get in with the driver. That would work.
I know. I think, have you ever seen the movie Click?
Yes.
Where if you started giving everything to the driver, like, I would get the driver to pick up my kid from school.
Yeah.
But then I would quickly realize that the best parts of the day are the drive home from school.
True.
You know?
See, again, this is someone who doesn't have kids perspective. Someone who loves their child perspective is like, no, I would like time with them. Which one do you pick, Liam?
Well, I can't cook, and I can drive. So the chef.
You're to go and chef 3 days a week?
And the other 3 days, I'll have oodle noodle.
It would be cool to have a personal chef 3 days a week to learn how to cook way better, too.
I would never.
You wouldn't? You
No.
would, like, watch?
I think at first
I'd
you'd be
wait.
like, yeah, and then, like, it would take a couple of busy days for you to be like, nah, man, I'm sitting on the couch. Bring me my food when it's done.
No, I am a terrible cook. My fiance would back me up. She hates it when I cook food.
Oh,
Like, every time I do it, I always say to her, she's like, can you do this? I was like, are you sure you want me to do this? She's like, no, but you need to. And I try and do it. I can't even cook rice.
Yeah, I
bad.
know Reese from our show, our producer, his parents headed out of town for a week and left him with like 14 frozen dinners.
Yeah.
And so Lisa's like, you should teach him how to cook. And I could teach you maybe a new series coming.
That would be
Teaching
great.
the boys of the nation how to
We
cook.
have a kitchen up here
Oh, yeah,
that
we
you
got
could
a
use.
kitchen.
Wow.
And all the camera equipment's already here.
That sounds
On
awesome.
top of the oven. I made a pizza yesterday here. Oh, it was a
3
flatbread.
minutes before our show started.
Yeah. It was awful. It was the worst thing
By
I've ever had.
making it, you mean putting it in the microwave?
I put it in the oven.
Oh,
Yeah,
in the oven.
yeah,
Fancy.
I know. I make noodles every day.
Lance said, of course, Liam's bad at cooking. He's English.
We won the war.
I saw a great. It was a long time ago, but it was a tweet, and it was just plain pasta with nothing but black olives, and it was like, I know English people call this something stupid like nuts and bolts.
So I have a story that I shouldn't tell, but I will. So when I moved out of my parents' house, I moved into it with my buddy, and he had already been living there, and I moved in with him. And I obviously didn't have any food, and the day just come. I was like, hey, can I just grab something? And he's like, yeah, make whatever you want. So I rustled together this little dish I had, and he comes out, and he goes, what the fuck is that? And all I did, which seemed normal to me, and this isn't to call out my mom, but when I was growing up, she would make me for my lunches pasta, mayonnaise, and sweet corn. And that's all it would be for my lunch. And it was the best lunch. She would only do it for me like every few weeks.
Why would she only do it every few weeks if you liked it that
I don't-
much?
'cause
That
it was,
sounds
a
so
little
easy.
a little treat every few weeks.
What
and I
part of
made
that's a
that,
treat?
and my roommate was disgusted by it.
Yeah.
My actions, and I've just never recovered since.
Have you had that since?
No
way Andrea
I don't.
eats it.
No, not a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Is bangers and mash English?
Yeah, it's just you
Is
stick
it
your
sausages
potatoes
and mashed potatoes?
Yeah, and you put your sausages like in the sides of your potatoes. The
Mashed
mash.
potatoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mashed
that's the
potatoes.
mashed part.
Yeah,
What-
yeah, yeah.
Wasn't that war for spices?
I don't know. I thought it was for taking over the world.
Yeah, well, you won the war, but I don't think you guys use the spices.
So you just make mashed potatoes and then you stick the sausage right in the side. That's a strange move.
The whole culture is strange.
Have you tried it? Have you tried my two talent technique? I don't know. I do a lot of things. People laugh, and they try them, and it's fine.
I'm not gonna try the noodles with mayonnaise and sweet corn. I don't think anytime soon.
So good.
That's so bad. That's terrible. All right. The second one I have for you.
Okay.
You have to live the next calendar year inside Rogers Place or inside West Edmonton Mall. You get a Fantasyland hotel room at West Edmonton Mall, but you need to be outside of that room for at least 10 hours every day. So you can't just like huddle up in your room. You need to like go out and like be in the mall. But in both scenarios, both the arena and West Ed, you get full use of everything in there. Like you have a swipe card at Rogers Place, anywhere you want to go. West Edmonton Mall, if it's 1 a.m. and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to the water park, you can go to the water park.
Both scare me because they both have casinos. I think if I had access to a casino and got a little bored every day, but I would probably take West Ed. There's just more activities.
Okay. Liam, which one are you doing?
Probably West Ed too. Like imagine getting to watch like the animals every day.
That's so far down on the list of positives to living in West Edmonton Mall.
Like you just
Got
get
right up there with imagine being able to ask people to walk over and sign up for something all day. Wouldn't that be a dream?
I would actually, I go Rogers Place for a couple of reasons.
I mean, getting to watch the game would be good, but I never go to games anyway.
The locker room would be pretty badass too.
Cold tub, hot tub.
Yeah.
The facilities are great. They have a chef there as well.
Are you allowed to hang there when the team's there?
Yeah. So outside chance you become best friends with Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
Very outside.
Can you like you would very quickly make friends with Oilers if when like they were showing up to the rink in the morning, you were like sitting in one of the suites like playing video games on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
I went to West Ed yesterday.
Okay.
It's kind of a weird place now, isn't it? It's not what it used to be. But do you know they have a Baskin
Because you're not
Robbins
a kid
Center?
anymore.
Yeah, well, some argue both sides. I still think I would go West Ed.
Baskin Robbins they have there, is that what you?
Yeah, I had a milkshake.
Oh.
Casual, just
watching?
walking around the mall milkshake.
Yeah. I had to go to Charm for my twice-a-year appointment.
Inspection. Yeah. Shout out to Charm Diamond Centers. Our good friends.
Old friends, come back.
Come back. Please come back. We need money. Chef or driver, 61% of the chat said chef, which was actually surprising to me because you only get it 3 days a week. The other 4 days of the week, you're still cooking. You could have a driver 7 days a week. I felt like that was an easy one. 61%, 60% right now. 61% right now. 60% right now saying West Edmonton Mall. It's flip-flopping a little bit there. I think Rogers Place would be great. It feels very clean. Like there's a gym. I don't know. There's just a lot of upside to Rogers Place, I feel like. And then you do get to watch the games. You get to watch the practices. And then I'm even just thinking lifestyle. Concerts. Although, but that's also a downside. Think of like a concert you don't want to see and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Where do you, I guess you could just like go down into the gym or whatever and like kill a few hours. Oh, but it would like stink in there sometimes too.
Comedy shows.
I had a pretty interesting concert experience at Rogers. Lady Gaga was in town, and I went with Lisa and all her friends. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I may have lost a bet on the show, or I just wanted to go hard. I wore this old, disgusting Lady Gaga Halloween costume that I had that was built for somebody about 130 pounds. So I was missing it by about 100. And I cram into this thing and go to Lady Gaga as her. But I have ADHD through the roof. And after I see about 5 or 6 songs from the same artist, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, you were really good, but what's next? Mm-hmm. And so I end up at the casino in my Lady Gaga costume. I'm the only one in there. And the roulette dealer was like, big fan? Like, yeah, pretty big fan. He's like, you know, the concert's still on, right? It's like, just spin the wheel.
Yeah. We're not here to ask questions. Yeah.
Lift my belly onto the table. Spin the wheel for me.
Where's my drink? Did you have to go to a lot of concerts when you were on the radio?
Yeah, we got access to quite a bit of opportunities to go. And you can always find somebody that is really excited about an artist. Totally. And I'm pretty open-minded about whether it's country or hip-hop. I'll go and check it out, especially if I'm going with somebody that's fired up.
Yeah. Brad Paisley tonight, if anyone wants to go. Saw Brad Paisley once in Red Deer. He was doing a small town tour, and he just came to all these small towns across Canada.
Did he have a little mud on the tires?
I don't know a single Brad Paisley song.
Well, now you do.
Now there you go.
That's fair. Thanks for popping on.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me.
That was great. All right, Ryder, every weekday morning, 8 a.m. right here on Oilers Nation with the sauce.
You got it.
Also, I found out a couple of things. I know your last name now because we got put on a company email. That feels very big to me.
Don't tell.
Don't tell.
Someone every time the 2 times we've had it in the show, they're like, "What should we put in his thing?" And I just put Ryder. Nothing else.
Yeah. I also didn't know. I thought maybe Ryder was a stage name too, but that is your government name. Is it? Oh, no. Okay. I don't know now. I assumed everything that was on the company forums was legit.
I actually heard you guys talking
Fascinating.
about it the other day, and you said like Adele, right?
Yeah.
And that made me feel really old because to me it's like Madonna.
Yeah, sure.
Like the generation before. But
I go like Ichiro. Just like Ichiro.
I don't
he had a
know the
last
name.
name, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. But no one, whatever. But everyone just knew him as Ichiro.
Oh man,
It's way more like Ichiro than anything else because he also has a last name. He just chooses not to go by it.
Well,
you could do. Do you
I'm
know
sure
what?
Madonna has a last name on her ID.
Yeah, that's a good point. All
The
right.
only, the only one with no last name, McLovin.
Prove it.
You
Oh,
ever
the
seen-
ID.
You've
Yeah.
never seen them. Have you seen them?
I've
that
seen
is
Superbad,
just a
yeah.
one name.
Just says
Right.
McLovin.
All right.
LeBron.
Well, like Cher.
I thought his last name was Andalisa.
From Eli, who sat
Good
right
job,
there.
Eli. Great joke, buddy. Thanks for dropping that one in. Okay, this has gone on long enough. Thanks for stopping in, Ryder. See ya.
Goodbye.
Before I ruin anything else. Whatever, that's fair. I also, again, I like having the door in the shot now. We
Yep,
just had to
there he
embrace
goes.
it. See, there goes Ryder into
Bye,
the
Ryder.
hallway. Ryder's appearance brought to you by Star Mechanical, Edmonton's #1 plumbing and heating company. You can find out more about them by visiting them online at starmechanical.ca.
Breaking news.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Oilers coach Chris Knobloch
Fired.
said Matthias Yaremchuk is expected to make his season debut within the next 2 games. Yaremchuk skated on the 5th line today. I thought that was Columbus's thing. Knobloch said Zach Hyman won't play tomorrow, but added his debut should come within a week.
I don't trust timelines.
I don't, yeah.
Nah,
Chris
no,
Knobloch
I
is,
think
all he's
actually-
done is lie to us.
I think there's a better chance neither of them play until December now.
We will know on Sunday.
So I guess Janmark's just going to take Howard's spot, and they're going to waive or put Howard in Bako. They don't have to waive him.
Is that enough money?
Yeah,
Is it? Because like
he's not
Yaremchuk
on
actually-
LTIR. So
No,
he's-
no, but is he on the roster?
He's on the roster.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So the only player they have to make money for is Hyman.
Yeah.
And I mean, at that point, they could also just put Kapanen on an LTIR as well if they wanted to move a few
Save a
things
little bit,
around.
yep. They can make it work. It's not really a money crunch; it's a roster crunch. You just
Yeah,
got
they
to
have
find
too
guys
many-
to keep sending down,
They
and
have too many players.
yeah. And if they wanted to free up some money, it's a very easy. Not that they need to do this, but Kapanen on LTIR and Tomasic down instantly frees up $2.4 million. So
Right.
you're kind of good.
It'll be interesting. So I think they play Columbus on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah, they go Monday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. I think that's correct. You and I have been wrong about some stuff recently, though. I will add that.
That is correct. As the producer who
Yeah,
sits there and goes,
after dark.
off day, off day,
Yeah.
off day. That's correct.
They go Columbus twice, 2 out of 3 games next week.
They're already done with the Rangers. They're already done with Columbus. They're going to be done with the Eastern Conference by the new year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's why I really do think they're just struggling on the road right now.
They play Seattle 3 times by the first week of December. So they're basically done with Seattle, too. They're done with Buffalo by the second week of December.
Well, what's the one? I think it's Vancouver. So Vancouver, they've played, twice now. I think they played 4 games in total.
Yeah.
So Vancouver's 2 visits to Edmonton
Mm-hmm.
were the second game of the season, and if I'm not mistaken, the last game of the season.
Mm.
So Vancouver literally we'll see them front to back. We'll see them at probably their best at the start of the season, and I would assume that they're worst at the end.
All right, let's get to some more of our Spotify comments before we get to our friend Jesse, who's going to join us in about 10 minutes' time. Read the one from Alexander the Great. That was fun. Rowan was in and said, Saros for Skinner in a second, but if Pickard is playing like 900, I think they trade him and trade Skinner somewhere else. Okay, again, this is a summer thing for Saros. So Skinner and Pickard have no trade value in this whole equation. Jared is in and says, fellas, I would give up drinking for Saros. So
I would too.
Like personal sacrifice, I wouldn't.
I don't really drink, so that would be easy for me to do. I would give up chocolate.
That would be harder for you to do than alcohol?
Who doesn't love some Maltesers, am I right?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Oh, they're up on the screen now. Uncle Jim says, hey, guys, I'm a female loyal daily listener from Madagascar. We did. Yesterday. It just clued into me. Yesterday, we just got really high on ourselves, and we're like, man, we have so many cool female listeners from all over the world. People could legitimately just be fucking with us.
They probably are.
Yeah, I mean, I got my mind.
I'm suspicious of Uncle Jim.
I don't know. I think he's telling the truth here.
I'm suspicious. I don't know. His profile picture doesn't look like a female.
That's so funny.
Although I can't really see it. That's Uncle Jim. It's definitely a dude.
I'm a female loyal daily listener from Madagascar.
Oh, man. Classic Jim. What do we got there from Chandler?
That's so funny. Chandler, who's in every day on these now, which I love. I'd trade his first and maybe someone like Hudson if Nashville wants a little more than a first. But if it's Saros Forsberg package, then 2 firsts, whatever prospects or pick they want. Yeah, for me, it'd be 2 firsts and anyone you want but Matt Savoy. And if they really push hard on Matt Savoy, I'd probably trade him as well. But I would try to draw a hard line in the sand and be like, I need some young players on my team. Like, you can't have Matt Savoy. But I'd probably trade Matt Savoy for Phil Forsberg. Mm-hmm. If that's what it took. Because that is a trade package that alters the course of your franchise.
Agreed.
Someone was just a bunch of letters. Getting Saros and Forsberg from Nashville would be the second best heist attempt in the NHL behind Binnington trying to steal the 900 goal puck, which went horrendously and no one laughed at it. Such a dweeb.
I just don't. I thought it said bag milk the next one, but it doesn't.
Baxendalk, sure, got hooked during the playoffs and the first ticket to the Stanley Cup final in 2024. Been a daily listener ever since, even through the dark days of the offseason. Female listener.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But we'll assume because there's no picture.
We will. Honestly, with Saros, just do whatever is necessary roster-wise, but the real need will be for Nashville to retain on it regardless. You're not going to get him to retain.
4%.
Just a sneaky little two, which was honestly so stupid of David Poile, because like,
it's very
if you're gonna,
unnecessary.
What's way more valuable for a rebuilding team than actually retaining the money? And I know I'm not the one cutting the checks, the owner is, but like, what's way more valuable than keeping the money is having that retention slot. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm Nashville, the $250K they kept on Ekholm is like, it's not even, just keep $1 million of it and tell the Oilers to upgrade the pick and like do something meaningful. Very
100%.
weird.
Yeah.
Brady is in Saros in-season trade. Stu Skinner, Janmark, and Emberson in a second for Saros at $1.5 million retained. It's the second round pick doesn't even get you that retention. It's 7 years of retained money. If you're going to do that, it's 2 firsts, not a second. It's a first to keep the money, and it's a first to get UC Saros. Off-season trade, first and a prospect for Saros, $1 million retained. You're not getting money retained.
Yeah, money retention, especially that high. Like maybe you can get a tad. Like, what is this thing?
7.7?
Is it 7.7? Oh, I thought it was 7.1. Yeah, maybe not. I mean, maybe you can get it down to 7.5, but that's
like even then,
like, I mean, probably not.
And the Oilers have money this offseason to make this work. And the cap's shooting up. Like, for what Nashville would want, I do not want to give it up. Well,
even Jeff said yesterday, he's like, the money doesn't matter to the Oilers. No. Like, the cap's going up. The Oilers just need someone of Saros' caliber.
Austin said, me personally, I'd consider trading my firstborn. I have another on the way, so I guess you can say I have assets. Interesting. That's a really good way to put it. Our Spotify listeners are funny as shit. Yeah. From an Oilers perspective, a first, a mid-round pick to take on the full salary. Yeah. Again, I think you're probably in the right ballpark there. Rowan, oh yeah, we read that one earlier. So thank you to all the Spotify people.
What's your question today?
What is my question today?
Because it could linger over the weekend.
Yeah, it could linger over the weekend, hey?
Well, let us know about the West Edmonton Mall and Rogers Place one. That's a good one.
We'll do that, actually. Answer one of our hypotheticals. Okay. A driver or a chef live in West Edmonton Mall or live in Rogers Place for a year. And you all know the caveats because I explained them earlier.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
This is Liam to Tyler question.
Yep.
Because Matthias Yaremchuk posted in the chat there. We have 2 good prospects. I like 2 good prospects. When people say the Oilers have nothing to give up, there's nothing in the cupboards. The cupboards are bare. They have no assets. What does that mean? Because to me, they have plenty of assets.
If you were another team, and like I know this is hard to do, but like try to objectively look at this system. If you're a rebuilding team, and you had a piece like Saros to dangle, because like I'm sitting here being like, I don't want to include Matt Savoy in that deal.
Yep.
I bet you a Predators fan sits there and goes like, I don't even want Matt Savoy.
But those players don't even get traded anyway.
I know, but like, who in the Oilers system do you look at? Like Berezhkin, the Russian kid. I mean, maybe a year from now, like a David Lewandowski is like viewed differently. Maybe Samuel Janssen after a year in the minors is viewed differently. Because, like, you know, Philip Gustafsson had trade value after playing in the American League. Like, that could happen.
So when
Akey, I don't think another team looks at a 20-year-old second-round pick who can't stay healthy and is like, we'll take, Bo Akey works for me.
Okay, so I think their assets are their picks more than their players.
Totally.
And they're only missing one first-round pick and a few mid-round picks. Like, but you can kind of make that work one way or another. I know I've always been on this bandwagon of, like, top players don't get traded. It's like you look at Jake Wallman. Okay, there's a first-round pick in Carl Berglund, who now plays in the SHL, I believe, or the ECHL, whatever it is. Like, he's a nobody.
That was a contract, though, I think, right?
But that's the point.
Yeah.
Is like they have contracts, and like I would have to go and look a little bit more. But like I can't think over like Kesselring would obviously probably be the highest. I guess Reed Schaefer, but that was a big deal,
big trade.
It's interesting. I just feel like trades.
Yeah,
the Oilers have assets to make trades.
It's just the picks. And that's what Lance says, too. Lance says, and we'll give the YouTube chat some attention. They all get jealous when we talk about the Spotify people. But Lance says, let's be honest, Nashville wants picks. And, yeah, they probably do.
I think the Oilers have... Let me look quickly here before I just say a number.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5.
Okay.
6.5 prospects in Bakersfield right now that could play in the NHL.
Who was the half?
Bo Akey.
Yeah, because only half of them works.
I just don't know yet. He
always has a fucked up shoulder.
He's got a long way to go. Szymanski, I think, is an NHL prospect. I think Quinn Hudson is an NHL prospect. Mahala. I think Connor Clattenburg is an NHL prospect. Venti is an NHL prospect.
Oh, only half of him works too, though.
But okay,
on
so
a good day.
Put your Venti and Akey in the same category. So there's one player. So we're up to 5.
Because one guy's a fucked up knee, one guy's a fucked up shoulder.
Yeah.
So you can saw them in half, glue them together, they make one prospect.
Something like that. Samuel Johansson is an NHL prospect.
Yeah.
I'll put Nathaniel Day in there to
one
an
of
extent. Them. One of Nathaniel Day?
One of them is good enough.
Okay, Johansson then.
Sure.
I think Berznikin is an NHL prospect.
Yeah. Just gotta get his name down.
Yeah, I've got to figure that out.
It's Russian.
And I think David Lewandowski is probably a legit NHL player. I'm still not sold on Lafreniere. I'm still not sold on Paul Fisher. There's a couple other guys. You shake your head at Paul Fisher?
Yeah, kind of. It's like a throw-in for us to not match Dylan Holloway.
I wouldn't count him out yet. He's playing top-line minutes for Notre Dame and went to World Juniors.
Okay.
So there's the go. They got 8 players. One of them is 2 players. Actually, 2 of them because we counted both goalies as one. Yeah. So they have potentially 8 to 10 prospects that could play in the NHL.
Depending on if some of them have their full bodies working.
That's not nothing. It's not nothing.
But none of them are Reed Schaefer, which is who you had to trade to get Ekholm.
But what is Reed Schaefer?
Well, now Reed Schaefer stinks, but at the time, it
was
like...
At the time, we kind of already... I thought I knew because I'd seen him play a lot. I can't believe this guy's a first-round pick.
And I blindly believe everything you say prospect-wise, so I also knew. So we knew, but no one else knew.
Yeah.
Like Nashville didn't think they were getting an AHL scrub.
No, and I don't think he's an. I think he's got a long way to go. I think he could play in the
Also,
NHL.
he can't stay healthy. Only half of him works.
He played 19 games last season.
Yeah.
He had 14 points. It's not bad.
Not good. All right, okay, let's get to our second guest of the day. I'm going to throw you a curveball, though, Brett. Jesse Montano is going to be brought to you by Oodle Noodle, where you can take advantage of the value menu deal. You were quick on that. Great work, Brett. You can take advantage of the value menu deal and add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 wontons to your order for just $2. Takeout and delivery only, takeout only, signature and premium boxes. Find out more at oodlenoodle.ca as we welcome in our good friend from Colorado, Jesse Montano from Guerilla Sports. Can you settle an internal debate for us, Jesse?
Let's hear it.
Have you been on the Oilers Nation show before or only Daily Face-Off?
I think only Daily Face-Off.
Okay. Liam's right.
Thank you.
I couldn't remember.
But there may have been one near the end of the season last year. I don't remember where I jumped on with you guys here.
Maybe. Let us ask you one of our non-hockey questions first on the show, because we have a couple of them. It's Friday. The Oilers haven't played in like 3 days. We really don't have much to talk about. You could have, for the rest of your life, a personal driver 7 days a week on command whenever you need him, or a personal chef, but you only get him 3 days a week. Which one are you taking?
Ooh. You know, what's so funny is I just had to do a 6-hour road trip, and we were just talking about personal drivers in the office yesterday. So that's sounding real appealing right now. But I actually think I'm going to take the chef 3 days a week.
That's what I said.
That was what Liam said. I'm a driver guy.
I'm the cook in our house. So like having 3 nights a week where I don't have to think about that's probably what I'd go with. That's a great question though.
And you get them the full day too. So like the 3 days, 3 days of waking up with breakfast would be nice.
I would go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what days I pick. Anyways, the other one we had was if you were a professional mascot, how many dates would it take you to tell the other person you're a professional mascot?
Oh, damn, this is a great question. I honestly think I'd probably tell them, but not like right away, but not tell them who I was. I'd say I'm a professional mascot. You know who I am, but I would hold the information for a handful of dates.
Advantage of multi-sport city. Because in Edmonton, if you were like, I'm a professional mascot, there's one. Like the guy doing the CFL mascot, not a full-time job.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah. All right, we can get serious here now. Let's lock in.
Love it, though.
5 overtime losses.
Both great icebreakers.
Yeah, they're awesome. Great stuff. The 5 overtime losses for the Colorado Avalanche this year. I think OT losses can be spun in one of two ways. You could either be like, ooh, that team's fraudulent. They're just getting to overtime a lot. Or you could be like, damn, they're one bounce away from winning 5 more games than they already have. Are the OT losses making the Avs look better or worse than their record is?
Ooh, well, so let me answer it by telling you this. I talked to Jared Bednar about this the other day because I said, you're 0-5 and kind of prodding around the same question. And essentially where he got to was when the playoffs roll around and we're playing hockey in May, I don't have to worry about 3-on-3. I don't have to worry about a shootout. We'll continue to kind of, scout it. The teams that we're playing, we'll try to make our coaching adjustments. It'd be nice to get those points, but like they're just not too worried about it. I actually think when you watch the games, I think the overtime losses, in my perspective, are making them look better because they are kind of slugging these games out where they're forcing them to overtime. The Nordiques and Whalers game, I don't know if you guys tuned into that one, but like they were down 4-1 more than halfway through that game, and they're able to fight back and get the game tied late, get to overtime. And then just for whatever reason, their 3-on-3 isn't working. But I actually think that because of the way that they're getting to overtime, I actually think the 5 overtime losses are showing a lot of resilience. For whatever reason, it doesn't make sense. Nathan McKinnon, Marty Netchus, Cale Makar do not work in 3-on-3. It just hasn't worked. I believe they've been on the ice for all 3 of the 5 losses that have come in overtime before the shootout. So I think it's shown a really nice bit of resilience from this group. But yeah, for whatever reason, 3-on-3 in the shootout is not friendly to a group that feels like it really should be.
Oilers kind of in the similar boat. Yeah. Like they're 1-0. I guess they have 2 OT wins this year, but there's been a couple where like they've gotten power plays in overtime and the big guns just like cannot figure it out. But anyways,
I wanted to ask you about Devon Toews, a guy who we all know he's not an offensive guy. He's a defensive, reliable player, but he still puts up like 50 points a season typically. But right now he's just kind of lingering down at 3. Like, what's his game like right now for the Avalanche, and also too like for a Canadian market? I'm sure they want to know what he's going to be like for them at the Olympics as well.
Yeah, so I'll answer the second part of that first. What Canadian fans can expect is one of the most steady, reliable guys that I've seen in all my time covering this team. He seems to be one of those guys who just doesn't make mistakes to the point that when he does, it's conversation worthy in the press box because he always makes the right pass. He always makes the right read. He has this unbelievable ability to, he'll be defending an odd man rush, and in 2.5 seconds, he'll go from breaking that odd man rush up to springing the team going the other way. He just has this calming effect on the back end for the Avs. So that's what Canadian fans can expect, come Olympic time, is that he's going to be that kind of stabling anchor there in the top part of that lineup. But truthfully, I actually think the reason that we aren't seeing Devon Toews pile up the points and maybe in the way that he has in seasons past, despite his game still being really rock solid right now, is the Avs are just better on the back end than they have been. Brent Burns is quarterbacking that second power play where Devon Toews did play before. Burns is eating more minutes, so Cale Makar and Devon Toews aren't having to play as much as they have in years past. And then I'm going to throw a sneaky Sam Malinsky plug here on the pod, because he has been excellent for the Avs so far this season. I say it to people, and I have to always be very cautious the way I say this. He's diet Cale Makar light. He's just like, he's got a lot of those, the way he thinks the game, his skating ability. He makes some of those small little plays, offensively, but he's also really smart in his own end. He's another guy that, like, Jared Bednar has put a lot of trust into for some ozone starts, things like that. So I really think it's for Devon Toews' production, it's really more of a result of they don't need him to do that right now. They've got some other areas where they can kind of disperse that. But no, his game overall has continued to be what it has been since he arrived in Colorado, which is the stabling force out there with Cale Makar, who's good in his own end in his own right. But when you have Devon Toews, it allows Cale to take those extra chances, jump up in a rush where maybe he wouldn't have otherwise.
I was pretty surprised to pull up Gabe Landeskog's stats and see he only has 4 points on the year. And obviously he came off a major injury. His production at least was good in the playoffs last year, but is this just a slumping Landeskog, or is this just the new post-injury Landeskog that Avs fans are going to have to get used to?
Yeah, and it's a good question. If you dig into some of his underlyings, yeah, he's a little snake bit right now. He had the one goal that was called back for a really weird offsides a week and a half ago. He's kind of been around. He's had a couple posts. I'm more tending to lean towards the latter of what you said there, Tyler, of this might just be kind of who he is now. Still, really effective. He's logging some good minutes for him. He got in a fight in the last game. But I just think maybe from a production standpoint, this just kind of might be, who he is, where I imagine he'll end the season, probably in that, 50 to 60 point range once everything kind of settles in, assuming that, he's staying healthy and not load management, every other night type stuff when you get near the end. And I think that's all right. I was listening to what, you guys were talking about before, with prospects and, who they need guys to be and stuff like that. And I think that's where the Avs are at right now, is if Gabe Landeskog can be a solid third line winger for them in terms of on ice and production and that stuff, I think they'll be happy with that, because what Gabe Landeskog brings off the ice in the locker room, the way that he gets this team going, and I think you can tie it back to them being able to get to overtime in some games where maybe they didn't deserve it. That's Gabe Landeskog. His effect on this team is more valuable in the way that he leads this group than, him being a 25, 30 goal guy. That's really nice. That's really helpful. But no, like I said, I tend to lean more towards he's going to be effective. He's going to be out there, be hard to play against. But I just think that might be the reality of the production won't quite be where it was before his 3-year hiatus.
I got one more.
Okay, I do too.
What did you make of the Martin Necas contract?
Yep. He's about $1 million per year higher than where I thought it was going to come in. I really did. I thought the Avs were going to try to keep him around 10-5, try to keep him below 11. But I think once the deal got signed and you kind of took the larger step back and looked at not only Marty Necas and how he's fit in Colorado next to Nathan McKinnon, when you factor in the fact that you traded Mikko Rantanen and got a player that, at least from a point production standpoint, is keeping pace with a guy like that. I think the Avs knew you probably weren't going to get that lucky again. You weren't going to flip Marty Necas for another guy in that tier. And then I think the last part of it is you just look back and look at the landscape. And as maybe sticker shock as it might be for some people to see, Marty Netchis getting 11.5. I do just kind of think this is the landscape that we're in now. I think a player of his caliber, that's just kind of the range that they're at. I think, Chris McFarland maybe sent a bottle of whiskey to Connor McDavid and his agent saying, hey, thanks, that could have gotten a little bit out of control there had you guys not, poured some cold water on everything. But no, like I said, I think the Avs are happy to have this behind him. This is the guy. They know he's going to be here now for the next 8 years. He's playing really well next to Nathan MacKinnon. He's off to a great start. And I just think that they didn't want to deal with it anymore. And hey, maybe you paid a little bit more than what you would have wanted. But again, you're getting the big cap boost. And this is just what 80-point players are signing for now. It's just the new landscape as this cap continues to grow. So ultimately, I think it was good for them to get it done.
The term all in is kind of funny. And I do think with the West being as competitive as it is, where like to get to a cup final, you not only need to get through a Dallas, a Winnipeg, and whoever else, fucking Utah might be good now. Yeah. But in the Pacific, then you eventually got to get through Edmonton or Vegas. Like there's just so many teams to get through. So like being all in every year is tricky. Also, Cale Makar has one more year on his deal. Then he might be making twice as much as what he's making right now. Is there pressure on Chris McFarland to go all in, or do you look at a year, like I have it up right now, they don't have a pick until the 4th round this season. Like, is this a year where he goes, you know what, let's dig deeper in the futures and let's try to do something while Cale's still on this great contract? Or is this let's just see how the chips fall this year and not get crazy?
So I think they do have a lot of pressure this season and next internally to try to get it done, to try to win. And it's similar to in 2022, that was the last year of Nathan MacKinnon's $6.5 million deal. And there was a huge emphasis on, we know it's going to get more difficult to build the cup contender beyond this season. So I do think they are looking at where Cale Makar is at and saying, I think it's a big reason why they did the Mikko Rantanen deal last year. The first thing Chris McFarland said to us after he traded Mikko Rantanen was, we weren't deep enough. We needed to be deeper. And I think they were looking at that saying, we're going to, if they had given Mikko Rantanen the $12 million, you would have no Brock Nelson right now, no Victor Olofsson, who's off to a great start. You're Jack Drury, obviously, who's the other guy that came back in that trade, who's been really good for them in the bottom part of the lineup. So you sit there and you say, okay, they made that move to try to make themselves more competitive. Now you're back in this window where you're able to balance the lineup a little bit more, but you're 100% correct. Not only is Cale Makar up after next season, so is Arturi Lehkonen, who has been massive for this group over the last 3 seasons. So, like, you've got some money that's coming down the line that you're going to have to spend. So I think Chris McFarland does have a strong emphasis on, we like this group, we want to win right now. And, like, I know Edmonton has had a couple really painful losses in the last 2 years. But, I mean, I don't know how you draw up a more brutal way to lose a playoff series than what the Avs went through 3-4 months ago. A third period lead that evaporates at the hands of Mikko Rantanen against one of your organization's biggest rivals going back to the 90s. I think it's a motivated group. I think they're trying to capitalize on, hey, this is a group that went through a lot of pain last year. They brought it back mostly intact. So I think there's a couple reasons why they're trying to look at this group that they've got right now and say, let's get this over the finish line before we've got to dole out $18 million to Cale Makar.
That contract will be just insane. Jesse, great stuff. You can find him at Guerilla Sports. You do great work, and we appreciate you giving us some time today for the first time on Oilers Nation.
Always love chatting with you, boys. Should be a great game tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. Let's talk more.
Yeah, sounds good. There you go. Jesse Montano from out in Colorado. I think we did something from that studio when we were there. You weren't on that trip. You weren't in Denver. I was in Denver. It was a beautiful city.
Oh, yeah, because that would have been a bit of a connection.
Remember I did that 5K? The turkey trot? Yeah. That was a horrible mistake. I was very hungover. Jay and I ran it together, and we had to keep stopping because he was dry heaving. Classic Jay. Anyways, shout out to Jesse. Again, great workout in Colorado. Appreciate him giving us some time. Let's get to what's trending for the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament. We're heading back out. Speaking of the fun trips that we do, our weekend in Jasper, one of my favorite weekends of the year, on beautiful Lake Mildred in the Fairmont Jasper Park Lodge. Tourism Jasper puts on a great event in terms of everything off the ice, everything on the ice with CHE Hockey. You can find out more at nationgear.ca. There it is. Liam, what's trending You can take the first one and tee me up for it.
Whatever. The next Japanese guy.
Correct, Liam. There is a new high-end Japanese free agent coming to Major League Baseball. He was posted today. That means the team that owns his rights in the Japan League is like putting him up.
For sale?
No, putting him up for free agency, and then you got to negotiate a deal with them to get his rights. Then you have to pay the guy. So it's kind of like the way transfers almost work in soccer, I think.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, his name is Munetaka Murakami. He is a power hitting third baseman.
Allegedly.
Well, there are some concerning signs with this guy. He might be the worst defender in baseball once he gets here, because he's not a good defender in Japan. And if you're not a good defender in Japan, you're not going to be able to defend in the majors.
Because the other thing, too, sorry to cut you off, there's not a lot of, I know there's Ichiro, but there's not many Japanese non-pitchers that come over, right? In recent times, if I'm correct?
None to the level of how good the pitchers are when they get over here. Like, there's been a few. Yoshida with the Red Sox is really good. Saya Suzuki with the Cubs is really, really good as well. But again, power bats.
Because didn't the Cubs also get a pitcher?
Yeah, Shode Amanga.
Yeah, Amanga. Yeah. Okay.
And he's really, really good too. But the other thing with this guy is that his numbers in Japan crater when he faces pitchers who throw north of 93 miles an hour.
Which
you can't sign this guy if you're the Jays.
I would imagine Brandon Little throws.
Brendan Little, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
93 miles per hour. That just seems like a terrible. So
you're signing him to probably hundreds of millions of dollars, or like $150 million, and he can't field, so he's a DH, which automatically does not work for the Blue Jays because of George Springer.
Or the Dodgers.
Or the Dodgers because of Shohei.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to sign this guy. I honestly kind of hope it's not the Blue Jays. I would like them to spend their money somewhere else. But he did own the single-season NPB home run record in Japan. So there is that. He's going to sign with an MLB team by December 22nd. I'm personally hoping it's not the Jays. So.
He was also super hot during the WBC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like one of their best players.
Is that the
World Baseball Classic
thing?
Yeah.
So we'll see him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. He's also, I feel like he's just Japanese Max Muncy.
I'm not paying.
And the Dodgers just re-signed Max Muncy, I saw.
Yep, he did. Yeah.
This is going to be something dumb, isn't it?
I don't know who's going to sign the guy.
Like, could you see it being like...
I could see like the Angels wanting to be like, look what we're doing.
That's what I mean. Like one of those like lower end teams that's like, we want to spend money and we're going to do it by getting this guy, but he's actually bad.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the
Yankees, Red Sox.
Yankees have Stanton at DH. Like I don't think they'll take him.
the Red Sox situation.
Yeah, Red Sox maybe.
Yeah, Bregman might be gone.
But I think he's a lefty, so like he doesn't really play well at Fenway. It's a deep field to be hitting left-handed.
Is it? Oh yeah, because of that big wall.
The big wall is the other way, and I would say if he was a right-handed hitter, I'd say it'd work well because he could probably just be knocking home runs over the Green Monster. But, anyways,
well, stay tuned. Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good. Is that potential one?
I could see him.
Kyle
in Seattle.
Seager doesn't play there anymore, does he?
No, he's been retired for a number of years.
Oh,
they have Eugenio Suarez at third as well.
Oh yeah, I saw that guy in the playoffs. Doesn't look like a ball player.
Can't straighten your hair. You can't do it.
No, you
can't do it.
I also don't know I've ever seen a baseball player with like a regular piercing on their lobe and then also halfway up there.
Yeah, he's an interesting cat.
I was like, whoa, I don't know, brother.
Where's he from?
Dominican, I believe, yeah.
Probably.
Is that where they're all from?
I don't know, Liam. We're walking a thin line here. We just said they're going to auction off the Japanese guy.
No one said that. They said that. We said it was
chat,
like international transfers.
Yeah,
in soccer.
international waters where anything goes.
He's Venezuelan.
That's not.
Yep, different cultures.
Different.
You dominated what's trending today in our prep. Number 2, Habs goalie cries? Question mark.
Jakob Dobus is how you say his name.
Yep.
So lost his first game of the season yesterday. Sorry, and he cried in his post-game press conference because he blamed the loss on himself. And I'm all about passion. Come on, man. Well, this felt like you weren't.
It's November.
Yeah, you were going to lose the game eventually.
What's going to happen if he loses a playoff game?
That's what someone, I think Brett might have said that before too. Or maybe I said, I can't remember. It's like, Montreal's probably going to make the playoffs this year. And you're their best goalie. Like, it just seemed a bit wild. I also saw, this kid seems a bit odd to me. And I don't know him, obviously. I don't know much about him. I learned he was checked the other day because there was a report that he's in line to make the Olympic team. because they have like Ramelka, I think Vladar, David Redic, Czech goalies. I think there's one of the stars. I can't think off the top of my head. But he's obviously in line to do it because he's having such a good start to the season. And he just says, like, I didn't even know. Didn't even know I could go.
Lucas Dostal.
Yeah, exactly. There's another good one. So, like, that could be their three is Dostal, Vermelka, and
Dobish. Yeah, probably will be.
But it's like, how do you not know that you're, like, in line? It's like, no one's talked to me. It's like, you can probably assume that you're...
Bit of an odd duck.
Yeah, he seems like he's not a duck, he's Canadian.
Decent point. Where are we at on Team Canada's jerseys for the Olympics? Because I got to take...
They look just like I expected them.
Yep. They look as I expected. I just want to take this moment to say black on Team Canada jerseys is the dumbest thing ever. There is no black in our flag. Why are we doing this? If they would have just done the invert, I love the white and red one. That's sweet. Although the big Bauer, too much Bauer. Put that on the collar. It does not need to be on the front of the jersey. I hate that.
Okay.
Anyways, red and white, that one's beautiful. I like how the crest has a cool design to it. The white or the red and black, terrible. The all black, horrendous.
Yeah, I just like it when teams go with their traditional colors. Black isn't.
It's an Olympics. If you want to play around and do dumb shit like this, like the World Championships, have at her. This terrible for Olympics.
I wonder what the Canadian Olympic teams, like jackets and stuff, will look like.
They will never top the run of merch they had in 2010.
The Lulu stuff?
No, 2010 was, you didn't live here.
You didn't live here.
They teamed up with the Bay. You know the red mitts?
Oh, right.
They'll never recapture that magic.
That was awesome.
Everyone wore those red mitts.
Yeah, I came over and got some of those red mitts. How could you not?
Those red mitts are iconic.
Yeah, those were good. I forgot they did that. That was actually really cool.
Mulek says they won't have Bauer on the actual jersey. They'll have a Nike check. Huh? Bauer's a replica for retail Nike for the on-ice product. Okay, I didn't know that. Shooter McGavin says the all black would look sick with an Oilers logo. What?
Doug.
That doesn't even make sense. Why add a third jersey for 6 games? Money.
Good question. Oilers.
Money.
I am a big proprietor on these ones as let's just see them on the ice. Yeah, I really don't like these in the promo shots that they've given, but okay. I think we've kind of gotten to the point where we're consistently going, let's just see them on the ice.
But you know what? Like, I sit here and as I look at these, I'm trying to envision a player in them. And the only one I can see looking good is the white one. And the player I'm envisioning is Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
And I just can't see it with the other ones.
The nameplates, I've also seen like kind of mock-up nameplates kind of. They don't look great. I think nameplates also kind of make or break jerseys because if they're too small.
Yeah. I'm looking at the names right now. They're not.
And also, too, let's just put this one out there. For all the play-by-play guys, for all the scouts that are watching online, for all the parents that are watching online, if you're wearing a black jersey, white lettering.
Has to be.
Has to be. None of this bullshit.
Red or
Oh, like, I'm going to wear black with blue outline.
If Canada wears...
Wenatchee Wild.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got a bit of a...
Going right at them.
I mean, like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? People need to see who's who. Like, it's ridiculous. Don't get me started.
I feel like we kind of did. Kay Mason said, any metallic buckets, I won't watch the Olympics if they put Team Canada in metallic helmets.
What's
I won't watch.
Favorite non-hockey Olympic event? It can be any, like winter, summer, it doesn't matter. I love watching the volleyball.
Good answer, Steve.
It's so good. And it's always like, I always feel like it's right at the start of the Summer Olympics, and I'm watching like, how do they get it back?
It's
not. I feel like my arms, if one of those guys or girls comes up and spikes a ball and I was at libero and it hit my arm, I feel like my arms would fall off.
Luge, one of the track events are good.
Yeah.
Something where you can pick it up really fast.
Yeah.
Someone said curling.
I love curling. We're a big curling show, Curling Nation every day. But I will watch curling outside of the Olympics. Like, when I think of the Olympics, I like to watch sports I will not watch. Mm-hmm. I like watching handball as well. It's another fun one. I love watching the kayaking stuff through the rafts and all that.
That was cool.
Not the rafts.
The ones I
what
don't...
What are they called? The rafts?
The ones I don't like are ones where it's a judge scoring. Or, like, I like some of the skiing and snowboarding events, but when it's like, they did these tricks, they get an 8.9. I don't know enough to like understand the context of what they're doing.
That's fair.
I like races. I like races.
I like getting to the point in those events where I think I know what the judges' score
yeah,
should
I
be.
feel
And I'm
you.
like, come on.
Yeah.
I was at a 7.
That's me during the X Games.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
like,
the same
yes,
thing.
this is, which I, by the way, I always tune into the X
The
Games.
X Games are great.
Fantastic.
The X Games are great.
I think I like I kind of found it last Olympics, but the periwinkle was sick. It's like a 1600 or like an uber long run. Yeah.
right,
But then
yes.
they have obstacles like
Yeah.
water.
What do they call that
Like
too?
puddles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and they got to do hurdles. Yeah,
It's like
into a puddle.
What's it called?
It seems like they just designed something that were like, what event could we create that gives you the most chance of tearing your Achilles?
What event kind of simulates that you're robbing a bank?
Yeah. You need to run really far. Okay, that puts a lot of stress on like your calves and your Achilles and your ACL. Yeah. Hurdles too. Okay, sure.
Steeplechase. That's what it's called.
There you go.
Steeplechase. Yeah, I
Steeplechase.
saw somebody call it a periwinkle the other day.
The Olympics such a fun couple of weeks. I do really enjoy watching them.
Okay, we got to wrap up. So very quickly, for our friends at Bet365, download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. Bet365 NFL parlay for the week. Our NFL parlays this year are 2-7 straight up, but we are up 4.3 units because we've nailed 2 bets. So again, if you followed us, you'd be up money. $25 per parlay. You'd be up north of $100. We each make a pick. Brett's in for Aaron today. I like Buffalo minus 9.5. I'm going homer pick. I think they're going to smoke the Miami Dolphins. They have Miami's number. Miami seems like a broken team. Should be an easy win for the Bills. I'm surprised it's not like 11.5. So give me Buffalo minus 9.5. Either one of you got one right out of the gates?
Brett, you got one?
I've been debating between a homer pick and non-homer pick, kind of a rival
The
pick.
problem is your home team sucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust the Bears.
Yes, but they're playing the Giants. So there was also that. No Scattaboo, who just also got injured as well. Somebody else just got injured for
I
them
can't
too.
remember his name.
Was
Neighbors.
it Neighbors?
Neighbors
Yes.
was like a month ago. Or
Yeah, that's
he's
right.
out though.
That's
Yeah,
what I was thinking of. So I'm kind of sitting Bears here, but I'm also kind of liking the Vikings as a plus 180 money line underdog.
we could take the Vikings. Well, we'd take them plus the 4 points against the Ravens.
Sure, that works for me.
Sure, Vikings plus 4. Okay, mini plus 4. Liam,
You and Vikings. JJ McCarthy's a bum. You seen that whole thing this week? It was like, he's a psychopath.
he goes into an alter ego. I hate when athletes do that.
Dude, it's
Shut
like you
the
threw
hell up.
140 yards last week and got sacked 6 times.
Yeah.
Dog.
Dumbass.
Who do you like,
It's
Liam?
going to be a failure. Let's take it all the way to Monday.
Oh boy,
Eagles plus 1 over the Packers.
that's a good bet. Philly plus 1 over the Pack. Okay. I dig that. You plug it into a parlay, it's plus 595. Plus 595 for the NFL parlay this week. Oilers Avs tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
Oilers are opening up. Oh, it's a pick'em, minus 110 aside. You do not see the Oilers as pick'ems or dogs, especially on home ice very often, but
I'll take him straight up.
money line,
Yeah.
flip the puck line around, plus 190. That's not juicy enough. I like them on the money line. I got time for money line.
Yeah, I like the money line too.
Cool. All right. That's a wrap on today's edition of the show. New episode of Oilersnation Radio going to drop later on today. Look forward to doing that. Myself, Liam, BM, Rick, Dan.
Yeah. The
Whole
whole
crew.
cast.
Whole cast.
Reese.
All right. Good stuff. Everybody in the YouTube, you're great. Shout out to all of our Spotify listeners as well. We appreciate you guys. We had a fun week with you. We'll be back next week. Monday edition of the show, which will be a double dip, game day and recapping the game over the weekend against the Avs. So should be a lot of fun. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Oil up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Everyday, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.